Hey everybody, it's Paul again from Ballistic Blood Bullets, here with day 13 of the 30-day horror challenge, and today's topic is our favourite zombie movie. Now there are lots and lots of fantastic zombie films out there, as we all know, from Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, anything with dead in it. There is a hell of a lot of great films out there, but for me it's an easy one to pick. This really purely comes down to the film that I've had the most pleasure in watching, zombie-wise, and I've rewatched it and rewatched it well in excess of 30 plus times, and that's, of course, is none other than Zombie Flesh Eaters, aka Zombie 2, and a myriad of other titles released around Europe particularly, but certainly around the world. But quintessentially, this is for me, as I say, the easiest pick of all. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's pure escapism. Lucio Fulci, of course, is the director, and the stars are Ian McCulloch. This is one of his zombie horror European Italian-made trilogies, almost. He's starred in 3 fantastic Italian-produced horror films, Zombie Flesh Eaters, of course, being one, and Zombie Holocaust, and Contamination, or Alien Contamination, which again is a fabulous film, but more in the sort of sci-fi horror genre. Other stars in the movie are Tisa Farrow, and her character was Anne Bowles. Ian McCulloch's character was Peter West, as I'm sure will be very, very familiar to all of you. We've also got Richard Johnson as Dr. Maynard. He's the resident physician, doctor on the island of Matul, where the film is set in the tropics, and he has to fight off the hordes of zombies that are on the island of Matul. He's there trying to work out what the disease is that's killing people, but also bringing them back to life. And there's a fantastic scene, the most iconic scene of all in the film perhaps, that people will recall. Sorry to detract, this is the DVD, which is Zombie 2. And this is the 25th anniversary special edition, which is fantastic to have in DVD. But just getting back to the story of it, Richard Johnson's character, Dr. Maynard, is trying to work out what the disease is that's causing people to die on the island, of the residents and natives, and even worse, to bring them back to life. And as the blurb there says, "We are going to eat you." They all come back as rotting corpses risen up in the old style school of zombies, slow moving. And this one with the special effects makeup of Gianetto De Rossi is just up there with the greatest, up there with Ramiro's Dawn of the Dead, and for me even better because it's got a real gritty feel about it, a real authenticity about the sort of the dead and the rotting corpses coming back. I mean, just the character here we're looking at, the sort of rotting corpse with the worm eye, as I think he's called, coming out of his skull. And anyway, the island is fallen prey to the attack of the zombies, and to the island comes Ian McCulloch, Tisa Farrow, along with Al Cliver, whose character is Brian, and Loretta Gay, who is his girlfriend, Susan, in the film. And they come to the island because the boats that they're travelling on in the tropics for a bit of a getaway. And we got Ian McCulloch, who's a newspaper reporter who hears about the sort of zombies and the strange goings on the island of Matul. So he pilots the, well, doesn't pilot, he gets the pilot Al Cliver's character Brian to take him to the island along with Tisa Farrow, but they get more than they bargained for, and pretty soon they're mixed up right in the middle of zombiedom, hell sort of spewing out the dead, coming back to life, and the whole film leads into the great finale. And they all have to fight off the hordes of zombies attacking the hospital. But before that, along the way, we have the iconic death scene of Dr. Maynard's wife, who's played by Olga Carlotas, and we have the infamous scene where she's grabbed through a door, broken open by a fist of a zombie, grabbing her by the hair, pulling her face towards a broken wooden splinter. And in glorious detail, in the full uncut version, of course, of Zombie Flesh Eaters, we see that splinter not only go right up to the eye, but right into it and through into the skull. And it's just one of the most amazing scenes filmed, and one of the greatest scenes in an Italian horror film for me. That's just absolutely fantastic. The whole film is also accompanied by one of the greatest soundtracks. Just a real pumping soundtrack from Fabio Frizzi, and just incredible stuff. It truly is a thumping tune that stays with you, and certainly as soon as you hear it, for me, it's just synonymous with the film Zombie Flesh Eaters. You cannot mistake it. But also, as I say, the special effects makeup by Gianetto De Rossi throughout the film is just absolutely fantastic. And the film just moves along at such a pumping pace. It is just absolutely brilliant. And you can probably tell I love the film. Right from the opening sequence, where the unmanned boat is coming into the port of New York City, and the water traffic cops get onto the boat, 2 cops, have a look around, and suddenly they're beset by a great big hulking zombie, and you can see again here, the big fat zombie charges towards them, attacks them, rips out one of their throats, disappears over the side, and the story starts. And then we have the opening sort of credits come up and Zombie Flesh Eaters kicks in. But prior to that, we have the, again, iconic opening sequence where Richard Johnson's character, Dr. Maynard, he's dealing with one of the recently dead that comes back, picks up his gun, shoots it in the head, and utters the immortal phrase, "The boat can leave now, tell the crew." And then we immediately go into the pumping score of Fabio Frizzi's fantastic musical score. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. I mean, the ending of this film, where they're besieged by the zombies in the derelict, falling down, dilapidated hospital on the island of Matul, with Ian McCulloch, Tisa Farrow, Al Cliver, Richard Johnson, Loretta Gay. They're all there fighting off the zombies, trying to survive, and it doesn't quite work out to plan. But the whole scenario of Zombie Flesh Eaters is just too iconic a film to miss. Anybody that really has not seen this film, I cannot recommend it highly enough. Absolutely my favourite zombie film of all time. Probably the most watched film of any genre that I've ever watched, without question. And I can still watch it now and still get full enjoyment and fulfilment from it. It is just an absolute joy to watch. So there we are, that is my recommendation and favourite zombie film of all time, Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters. Thanks for watching, take care, bye for now.